Do you want to change your life? There's one thing that can do it more than anything else. It's not luck, it's not talent, and it's definitely not waiting for the right moment. What changes everything is learning every single day. You might be thinking, how can learning every day really make that much of a difference? Let me tell you, it makes all the difference. Every day you get to choose. You can keep doing what you're doing and hope for things to get better, or you can start learning in ways that will actually make your life better. I'm not talking about going back to school. I'm talking about actively learning something new every day, whether it's reading, listening to a podcast, or just getting around people who know more than you. Learning makes you smarter. It makes you stronger. It opens doors that you didn't even know existed. Now imagine what would happen if you made learning a habit. If you made it a part of your routine, you would grow in ways you never expected. You'd start seeing opportunities where there used to be obstacles. Your mind would be sharper and your life would follow. Every time you learn something new, you're putting fuel in your engine. You're preparing yourself for success. But when you stop learning, well, you stop growing. And that's the last thing you want. In this video, we're going to dive into how learning every day isn't just a nice idea. It's the key to creating a better life. Stick around, because what you'll learn here can change the way you think, the way you act, and most importantly, the way you succeed. Get ready, because you're about to find out how learning every day can open up a whole new world for you. Stay with me. This is the stuff that'll change your future. Number 1, your level of education determines your level of success. Your success in life comes down to one simple truth: what you know. It's not luck, it's not magic, and it's not something that just happens. It's knowledge. The more you know, the more you can do. The more you can do, the more valuable you become. And the more valuable you become, the more success you can create for yourself. It's that simple. Your level of education determines your level of success. If you want to achieve more, you have to learn more. Look around at the people who are winning in life. The business owners, the leaders, the top professionals. These people didn't just wake up one day and find themselves at the top. They earned it. They studied, they developed skills, they trained their minds, and they became people of value. Because that's how success works. It's not about where you start. It's about how much you grow. Now, when I talk about education, I'm not just talking about school. I'm talking about self-education. The kind of learning that never stops. Because if you stop learning, you stop growing. And the moment you stop growing, you start falling behind. The world keeps moving. The opportunities keep shifting. And if you're not improving, you're losing ground. That's why you have to take responsibility for your own education. Not just what someone else teaches you, but what you go out and learn for yourself. There are two kinds of people in this world. The first kind says, I already know enough. These are the people who settle. They get comfortable with what they already know, and they stop pushing themselves. They stop reading. They stop learning new skills. They stop looking for better ways to do things. And you know what happens? Their opportunities shrink. Their income stays the same. Their life doesn't improve. They stay stuck because they believe they've learned enough. Then there's the second kind of person. The person who says there's always more to learn. These are the people who never stop improving. They read books. They take courses. They surround themselves with smart people. They invest in their knowledge because they understand that knowledge is power. And guess what? These are the people who win. These are the people who rise to the top. Because in a world where most people are satisfied with what they already know, the ones who keep learning will always be ahead. If you want a better job, you need better skills. If you want more money, you need to learn how to make more money. If you want to be successful, you need to study success. Every single area of your life is connected to what you know. And here's the good news. You are in full control of how much you learn. You don't have to wait for permission. You don't have to wait for someone to teach you. You can start educating yourself today. It's never been easier to learn than it is right now. Books, courses, videos, mentors. There are endless ways to educate yourself. But most people don't take advantage of them. They spend hours watching TV, scrolling through social media, wasting time on things that don't move them forward. And then they wonder why their life isn't changing. The truth is, your life will only change when you change what you know. Think about this. If you had started reading just 30 minutes a day last year, how much smarter would you be right now? How much more confident? How many new opportunities would you have created for yourself? The sad reality is, most people don't do this. They spend their time on things that give them nothing in return. But the few who decide to invest in their knowledge, those are the ones who see real progress. Some people say, but I don't have time to learn. No, that's not true. You have time for what you decide is important. You have time for entertainment. You have time for distractions. You have time for all kinds of things that don't help you grow. The difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is what they do with their time. And if you want to be successful, you need to start making your education a priority. Now let's talk about results. Because this isn't just about learning for the sake of learning. This is about learning with purpose. If you're going to spend time educating yourself, make sure you're learning things that move you forward, things that help you make more money, build better relationships, improve your mindset, and create a stronger future. Don't just fill your mind with random information. Fill it with knowledge that makes you better. Imagine if you committed to learning something valuable every single day. Just a little bit of improvement every day. Where would you be in 6 months? In a year? In 5 years? The answer is simple, far ahead of where you are now. Because knowledge compounds. The more you learn, the more you grow. And the more you grow, the more opportunities you create for yourself. And don't just learn, apply what you learn. Because knowledge alone won't change your life. Action is what makes the difference. Too many people collect information, but never use it. They read books, they watch videos, they take notes, but they don't take action. Don't be that person. Be the person who learns and then does something with it. Because that's where the real power is. The truth is, success is not a mystery. It's not something that happens to some people and not to others. It's a process. And that process starts with education. The better you educate yourself, the more successful you will become. So don't wait for things to change. Change what you know, and you'll change everything. Decide today to become a lifelong learner. Read, study, improve, and never stop growing. Your level of education determines your level of success, and that means you have full control over how high you go. Start now, and watch how your life begins to transform. Number 2, learning every day makes you smarter and stronger. Your mind is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. The more you feed it, the sharper it becomes. And just like you wouldn't expect your body to stay strong without regular exercise, you can't expect your mind to stay sharp without daily learning. Learning every day makes you smarter and stronger. It gives you an edge, it sets you apart, and it opens doors that would otherwise stay closed. Think about the people who seem to always be ahead in life. The ones who always have the right answers, who make the best decisions, who seem to navigate life with confidence. That's not luck. That's knowledge. They've trained their minds to see opportunities, to solve problems, to think ahead. They didn't get there by accident. They got there because they made learning a daily habit. Most people don't do this. They wake up, they go through the motions, they repeat the same routine, and they never take the time to learn something new. And then they wonder why their life doesn't change, why their problems don't go away, why they feel stuck. It's simple. If you're not learning, you're not growing. And if you're not growing, you're falling behind. Learning isn't just about gaining information. It's about sharpening your thinking, improving your decision-making, and becoming a better version of yourself. Every time you learn, you add to your ability to solve problems, to make better choices, to create new opportunities. Life rewards those who are prepared, and learning is what prepares you. Now let's talk about what happens when you commit to learning every single day. First, your confidence grows. Because when you know more, you feel more capable. You stop second-guessing yourself. You start making decisions with clarity. You become someone who trusts their own judgment because you've taken the time to build a strong foundation of knowledge. Second, learning keeps your mind active and sharp. There's a reason why the most successful people in the world, business leaders, entrepreneurs, top performers, are constantly reading, studying, and improving. They know that the moment they stop learning, they start losing their edge. They don't wait for knowledge to come to them. They go out and get it. And third, daily learning makes you stronger, not just mentally, but in every area of life. It gives you the tools to handle challenges, to adapt to changes, to find solutions when others see obstacles. Life will always throw problems your way, but the more you learn, the better equipped you are to handle them. The truth is, there are no limits to what you can learn, and that means there are no limits to how much you can grow. Every book you read, every new skill you practice, every bit of useful knowledge you pick up, it all adds up. It builds, it compounds, and over time it transforms you into someone who can handle bigger opportunities, bigger responsibilities, and bigger rewards. Some people think learning stops when school ends, but the real education starts when you decide to take control of it yourself. When you realize that no one is going to hand you success, that you have to go out and earn it. And the way you earn it is by learning every single day. Now I know some people say, I don't have time to learn, but that's not true. You have time for what you decide is important. If you have time to scroll through social media, to watch TV, to waste time on things that don't help you grow, then you have time to learn. It's not about having time. It's about making time. Imagine if you made learning a non-negotiable part of your day. If you read for 30 minutes, instead of scrolling through your phone. If you listen to an audiobook while driving, instead of music. If you spend a little time each day improving your skills, instead of just killing time. How much smarter would you be in 6 months? How much stronger would your mind be in a year? The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not intelligence. It's not talent. It's the willingness to keep learning. The ones who win in life are the ones who never stop improving. They stay ahead because they never stop adding to their knowledge. And that's something you can start doing right now. Learning is one of the most powerful habits you can develop. It's what separates the average from the exceptional. It's what gives you control over your future. And it's something you have full power over. You don't need permission to learn. You don't need someone to tell you what to study. You just need to make the decision to grow. Every single day is an opportunity to get smarter, to get stronger, to move closer to your goals. And all it takes is a commitment to learning. So don't wait for life to teach you the hard way. Take control of your own education. Make learning a daily habit and watch how fast your life starts to change. Number 3. A better life starts with better knowledge. Your life can change. It can improve. It can be better than it is right now. And the way you make that happen is through knowledge. A better life starts with better knowledge. The way you think, the way you make decisions, the way you handle challenges. It all depends on what you know. If you want more out of life, you have to start by knowing more. That's the foundation of success. Think about where you are today. Everything in your life, your job, your income, your relationships, your habits. It's all a reflection of what you know and understand. And if you want to change any of those things, if you want to improve your life in any way, you have to start by improving your knowledge. You can't expect new results with the same old thinking. You can't expect to rise higher if you're not learning something new. Most people don't realize this. They wake up every day, do the same things, follow the same patterns, and then wonder why nothing changes. But life doesn't change unless you do. And change starts with learning. If you don't make the effort to expand your knowledge, you'll stay in the same place, facing the same problems, struggling with the same limitations. But the moment you decide to grow, the moment you decide to fill your mind with better knowledge, everything starts to shift. Knowledge gives you power. The power to make smarter choices. The power to solve problems faster. The power to see opportunities that others miss. The world rewards people who know more, who think sharper, who understand how things work. That's why the most successful people, no matter what field they're in, are always learning. They don't wait for knowledge to come to them. They go out and get it. They read books. They study successful people. They ask questions. They seek out the information that will give them an advantage. Look at the people who are struggling, the ones who feel stuck in life. It's not because they're not capable. It's not because they don't have potential. It's because they haven't taken the time to learn what they need to know to get ahead. They're making decisions based on limited knowledge, and limited knowledge leads to limited results. The good news is, you don't have to stay in that place. You can start upgrading your mind today. You can start filling your mind with better knowledge. And when you do, your life will start to change. You'll make better choices. You'll avoid mistakes. You'll take the right actions. And over time, those small improvements add up. They compound. They turn into real success. You don't have to learn everything overnight. You just have to start. Read a book that will teach you something valuable. Listen to people who have achieved what you want to achieve. Pay attention to what works and what doesn't. Every day, aim to learn something that will make you smarter, that will help you grow, that will push you forward. Some people think knowledge is just about gathering facts, but it's much more than that. Real knowledge is about understanding. It's about seeing the big picture. It's about knowing what to do and when to do it. It's about having the wisdom to make the right moves in life. And that kind of knowledge comes from constant learning, constant growth, constant improvement. The truth is, life doesn't get better by chance. It gets better by change. And change starts with learning. If you want more opportunities, more success, more freedom, you have to become the kind of person who can handle those things. And that means gaining the knowledge that will prepare you for them. Every successful person you admire, whether in business, sports, art, or any field, got where they are because they learned what they needed to learn to succeed. They weren't born with special knowledge. They acquired it. They made learning a priority. And because of that, they now live lives that most people only dream about. So ask yourself, What do you need to learn to take your life to the next level? What knowledge are you missing? What skills do you need to develop? What areas of your life need improvement? Once you identify those things, go after the knowledge that will help you grow. Read, study, learn from people who have already done what you want to do. Absorb the wisdom that will put you ahead. Most importantly, take action on what you learn. Knowledge alone won't change your life. Applied knowledge will. The more you put what you learn into practice, the faster you'll see results. The faster you'll grow. The faster you'll move toward the life you want. This is how you build a better future. This is how you create a life that is richer, fuller, and more successful. It all starts with better knowledge. Because when you know more, you can do more. And when you do more, you achieve more. And when you achieve more, life rewards you in ways you never imagined. Number 4. If you stop learning, you stop growing. There's one truth in life that stands above the rest. If you stop learning, you stop growing. And the moment you stop growing, you begin to fade. Life is all about progress. It's about constantly improving, getting better, moving forward. Without learning, there's no progress, no improvement, no new heights to reach. And eventually you'll find yourself stuck in the same place, struggling to figure out why everything feels so stagnant. But here's the thing, learning doesn't stop when you leave school. It doesn't stop when you reach a certain age or hit a certain milestone. Learning is a lifelong commitment. The world keeps moving. New technologies emerge. Industries shift and opportunities come and go. If you're not learning, you're falling behind. It's as simple as that. When you stop learning, you start to lose that edge. Think about it. There's always someone out there working harder, thinking smarter, and constantly expanding their knowledge. The competition is fierce, and if you're not staying ahead, you're losing ground. Every day there's someone else who is striving for more, trying to learn something new, looking for ways to improve. And those are the people who are going to succeed. The moment you stop learning, you're telling the world, I've got it all figured out. But the reality is, none of us ever have it all figured out. There's always something new to discover, always something that can make us better, smarter, more efficient. Every successful person you look up to, whether it's in business, sports, or any field, has one thing in common. They never stopped learning. They never stopped growing. And that's why they're where they are today. It's not just about accumulating facts. It's about developing the ability to think differently. It's about understanding new concepts, embracing new ideas, and applying that knowledge in ways that make you better. Every time you learn something new, you're adding to your toolkit. You're building up the skills and knowledge you need to take on new challenges, seize new opportunities, and solve new problems. Think about how much you can grow in a year if you made a commitment to learn something new every single day. A book a month, a podcast, a course, a workshop, there's no shortage of ways to learn. You can do it at your own pace, in your own time. But the important thing is that you do it, you keep learning, you keep growing. If you're not actively learning, then what are you doing? Are you just coasting through life? Are you waiting for success to fall into your lap? That's not how it works. Success is earned. It's earned by those who are willing to put in the work, by those who are constantly learning, growing, and improving themselves. When you stop learning, you stop taking action to improve. And when you stop improving, you stop moving forward. So where do you want to be in the next year, the next 5 years, the next 10 years? Do you want to be stuck in the same place, wondering why nothing's changing? Or do you want to be moving forward, achieving bigger goals, conquering bigger challenges? The difference between those two outcomes is whether or not you keep learning. If you want to go higher, if you want to do more, if you want to be more, you've got to commit to learning every day. And it doesn't have to be complicated. You don't have to attend expensive seminars or have a formal education to learn. The best lessons in life come from the experiences around you, the people you meet, the challenges you face. There's always something you can learn. The world is full of teachers, but if you stop learning, you stop seeing the lessons. You might be thinking, but I'm too busy to learn every day. Let me tell you something. Everyone is busy. Everyone has a million things on their plate. But successful people don't let that stop them. They make time to learn. They make time to grow. They understand that their future depends on what they do today. And that's why they stay ahead. That's why they succeed. The truth is, you're either learning or you're falling behind. There's no middle ground. If you want to stay ahead of the game, you have to keep your mind sharp. Keep your skills fresh and keep improving every single day. It doesn't matter if you're 20 or 60. If you're still learning, you're still growing. And as long as you're growing, you're still moving towards success. So don't ever stop. Keep learning, keep growing, and you'll always be one step ahead. Success isn't about being perfect. It's about being better than you were yesterday. It's about embracing the process of learning, knowing that every step forward is a step toward a brighter future. Remember, if you stop learning, you stop growing. And when you stop growing, you stop living the life you're capable of. So keep learning, keep growing, and keep moving forward. Success is waiting for those who are willing to put in the work, day after day. Number 5. Your mind needs knowledge like your body needs food. Your mind, just like your body, requires nourishment to thrive. Just as you wouldn't ignore feeding yourself every day, you shouldn't neglect feeding your mind. Knowledge is the food that fuels your brain, and without it, your growth, your potential, and your ability to succeed will be stunted. You can't expect to achieve your goals, improve your life, or overcome challenges without feeding your mind with the right information. Think about it. Your body needs food to maintain energy, strength, and vitality. Without it, you'd feel weak, drained, and unable to function. The same goes for your mind. If you don't constantly feed it with knowledge, you'll find yourself feeling stagnant, uninspired, and mentally exhausted. The world around you is constantly changing, evolving, and presenting new opportunities. To keep up, to stay sharp, and to make the best decisions, your mind needs to be constantly nourished with new information. You can't survive on yesterday's meals. Just as your body needs a variety of nutrients to function properly, your mind needs a constant flow of new ideas, perspectives, and insights. If you want to improve your thinking, you have to feed it with the right material. The more knowledge you gain, the more equipped you become to handle life's challenges, to make smarter decisions, and to move closer to your goals. When you feed your body, you're providing it with the energy to move, work, and carry out everyday tasks. When you feed your mind, you're providing it with the tools to think critically, to solve problems, and to unlock your full potential. The more you learn, the better you become at seeing the bigger picture, at understanding situations, and at finding solutions to problems. Knowledge sharpens your mind and strengthens your ability to succeed. Just like food nourishes your body and helps it grow stronger, knowledge nourishes your mind and helps it grow more powerful. Think about the last time you learned something new. Maybe it was a new skill, a new idea, or a new way of thinking. Remember how you felt after? Energized, motivated, more confident, right? That's the power of feeding your mind. It gives you the mental energy to keep pushing forward, to keep striving for more, and to keep improving yourself every day. You can't expect to thrive in life if you're feeding your mind with negativity, ignorance, or outdated ideas. Just like putting junk food into your body won't help you reach your health goals, feeding your mind with the wrong material won't help you reach your personal or professional goals. To succeed, you have to feed your mind with positive, empowering, and uplifting knowledge. The more you learn, the more you grow. The more you grow, the better equipped you are to tackle life's challenges and seize new opportunities. Don't ever think that you know it all. Just as you can't survive on one meal, you can't survive on one idea or piece of information. Your mind needs to be constantly fed to stay sharp, and the more knowledge you feed it, the more powerful and unstoppable you become. Every new piece of information you gain, every new skill you acquire, every new idea you discover, adds another layer to your mental strength. It strengthens your thinking, improves your decision-making, and enhances your ability to achieve success. So make it a habit to feed your mind every day. Read a book, listen to a podcast, take a course, watch a documentary, whatever it is that adds value to your mind. Make sure you're doing it regularly. Just like you make time for meals throughout the day, make time for knowledge. It doesn't have to be hours at a time. Even 15 minutes a day of reading or learning something new can make a huge difference in your mindset, your personal growth, and your ability to reach your goals. Your mind is your most powerful tool. It's what drives your success, shapes your future, and determines your potential. And just like any tool, it requires maintenance and nourishment. So don't let your mind go hungry. Feed it with knowledge, feed it with inspiration, feed it with new ideas. The more you feed it, the stronger and more capable it becomes. The best part, the more you feed your mind, the more it can feed you. When you equip yourself with the knowledge, the insights, and the skills you need, you'll find that your life becomes easier to navigate. Problems won't seem as overwhelming, challenges won't seem as daunting, and success won't feel as far away. The knowledge you feed your mind will empower you to take action, to think differently, and to create the life you truly desire. So just like you never skip meals to nourish your body, never skip the chance to feed your mind. Knowledge is the food your mind craves, and it's the key to unlocking your full potential. Every day you learn something new. Every day you add a little more to your mental toolkit. You're becoming stronger, smarter, and more capable. And with that kind of mindset, there's nothing that can stop you. Keep feeding your mind and watch how it transforms your life. Number 6. Success comes to those who keep learning. Success is not reserved for those who have the most talent or the most connections. It's for those who are constantly evolving, growing, and expanding their minds. It's for those who refuse to stop learning. Because the more you learn, the more you can achieve. Learning is the backbone of success. It's what keeps you moving forward, what allows you to overcome obstacles, and what helps you become better day by day. When you stop learning, you stop growing. And if you stop growing, you stop progressing. There is no plateau in success. It's a journey that demands constant evolution. Think about it. The most successful people you know, the ones who inspire you, they're not the ones who stopped seeking knowledge. They're the ones who stayed curious, who kept asking questions, who kept seeking to improve themselves and their skills. It's this constant hunger for more knowledge, more insight, and more understanding that sets them apart. Success doesn't happen by accident. It doesn't happen because you have a great idea and leave it at that. It happens because you put in the effort to learn, to refine, and to adapt. Every day that you choose to learn something new, you're investing in your future. Every book you read, every podcast you listen